Hello YouTube, how are you? Natalia here. Hoping you're having a good day or night if you're watching this at night. Today I am a little bit nervous because I am going to be talking about a subject that I have never talked before. Not too many people know this, and even in my personal life, not too many people know the details about my fitness transformation. But I figure it's good to talk about it. It's the right time of the year because we are doing Fitmas. So I think it's a good idea to do it. But bear with me because I am super nervous. It's a little bit embarrassing and it's very personal. So it's not that easy to talk about these things to a camera and to share it with the world. How to make it short, because as you know, I have been doing this for a long time, and sometimes I see other fitness people and they are on their early 20s, so they have like 4 years worth of story. Well, for me it's way longer than that, but I will try to be as succinct as I can. So as a child, I was a lean child. I was just a regular kid. I wasn't athletic, but my weight was perfect. Now, when I got around 15 years old, when I started developing, I started to gain weight, and I developed anorexia and bulimia, and that wasn't a lot of fun. I was sick for about very sick for about 3 or 4 years, and I gained a lot of weight. I gained about 30 pounds, that for me, because it was a lot of weight. And so from age 15 to about 19, I was chubby, and my friends were laughing at me, and people on the street were teasing me and just calling me fatty, stop eating cookies. And so it was a really hard time of my life because I was numbing all my emotions of being a female teenager with food. The years went by, and when I was about 19 years old, I got fed up with it. I wanted to change, and it was a really deep desire that I wanted to change. So that's when my fitness transformation started, because I went to a doctor and he gave me some pills to lose weight. And sure enough, after 2 months, I had lost all the weight. I was like skinny, and I loved the way I looked. But once I stopped taking the pills, the weight came right back with rage. I was putting weights like crazy, like a pound a day. It was amazing. So I freaked out. I was really scared. I went back to the doctor. I remember I am crying at the office, telling him, oh my god, I'm gaining all the weight. What am I gonna do? I don't want to take pills my whole life. And he looked at me directly to my eyes and said, well, if you really want to be healthy and put a stop to this cycle of gaining weight and losing weight and all that, you will have to change your lifestyle. Up until then, I wasn't into doing anything. I was just, I was sitting all day long. I was working and going to school, going to college, but I wasn't really going to the gym or walking or running or biking, nothing. So I got it. He only had to say it to me once, and after that I decided to start walking. So instead of taking public transportation to my college, I started riding a bike, and I walked as much as I could, and I started to eat healthier. and the weight started to come off again, and not as fast as when I was taking the pills, but little by little. And yeah, and after that I kept that lifestyle. I always biked or went to the gym and took aerobic classes, and I got better and better and better. Then after a few years, I moved to the United States, and I was still doing, at that point I was doing yoga mostly. Around age 23 I got into yoga and I fell in love with yoga. So from age 23 to about 34 I was mostly practicing yoga. And at age 35 I moved here to Las Vegas and I started to run. Oh, because I forgot to mention something very important. Very important. Remember when I was 15 and gained all the weight, and my friends and people on the street used to call me names and call me patio? Well, I started smoking cigarettes also. So I was having a food addiction and I was also having a smoking addiction that lasted me. I smoked every day, and this is very embarrassing, but I smoked. I hated it. I didn't like it, but I smoked because that was my way to keep my weight down. I tried quitting smoking a couple of times on my 20s and I will start gaining weight. So after a month or so, I will go right back to smoking again. And so yeah, I told you it's not easy to talk about this because, you know, probably, it's not easy to talk about these things, but I want to be very real and honest because I want to show you that for me, it's not easy. It hasn't been easy at all. All these years, I have been struggling with many, many things. I have been struggling with anxiety that I didn't even know I had anxiety. It took me years to realize that I had anxiety. It took me until I started running at age 35, so almost 10 years ago, when I decided to quit smoking for good and all, but I didn't want to gain weight. I really got to the point where I was done with smoking. My dad had just passed. He passed when he was 54 years old, and he was a heavy smoker. So when he passed away, I really didn't want to keep smoking because it became very real that I was gonna end up bad as well. So anyway, so when I decided to quit smoking, and I decided that I was gonna quit smoking for good and for once and for all, I realized that I was gonna gain weight because that was my way to, to keep my anxiety under control. I will get anxious or angry or sad or any pressure I had in my life, like we all have, I will go and grab a cigarette. So I knew I wasn't gonna have that anymore, so I knew I was gonna go for food because that was always my best friend. That it was always there and it never disappointed me in the short term. It did disappoint me in the long term because I would gain weight, but anyway, you know what I mean, I hope. Or I don't hope, I don't know. So anyway, I decided to start running just out of the blue. Never run in my whole life. This is at age 35. Never even, at that point I didn't even own a pair of athletic shoes. I had, sandals, boots, whatever, but not even one pair of Converse. I was a complete girly girl. No, I mean, I don't mean that now that I run I'm not a girly girl, because I think I'm still a girly girl, but I didn't have any athletic shoes because I didn't have a reason to have one. I wasn't into running, So anyway, I got me a pair of shoes. I remember I got my first pair of shoes at Macy's. Hey, that's where the girl gets the shoes, no? You get shoes at Macy's. And I decided I counted, I made numbers, how many hours a day I spent smoking, because, you know, I was hearing, oh, running takes time. I don't, you know, a lot of people say that they don't have time to run. So I said, well, let's see how I am gonna make it, because maybe I don't have time to run either. So I counted how many minutes took me to smoke a cigarette, and I multiplied that by the amount of cigarettes I was smoking a day, and I came up with 2 hours. So I talked to myself and I said, okay, Natalia, you have 2 hours a day to run and to exercise. Instead of smoking, you're gonna use that time to exercise. So that's what I did, and I joined a running group, and then since then my life had changed dramatically since then for the better, just because I discovered things about me that I didn't even have idea. I didn't even know myself that way. Running allowed me to, and it's still allowing me to get to know myself in ways that not even the years of therapy I had behind me ever gave me this knowledge. So I found out that I am very competitive, and I did not have a clue about that as a middle child. It was always about my oldest sister, my youngest sister, my cousins, whatever, but never about me. You know, I was always the mediator, always trying to calm the waters. It was never about me. I didn't even know I was this competitive. And running gave me that. It gave me an outlet to express that area of my life that existed, but I never even saw it. So, and I did gain some weight, I will say, because again, I want to be really honest. I did gain the 10 pounds that people said when you quit smoking you gain 10 pounds, and I still have them with me. I never lost them. I gained 10 pounds from my weight, and I am stuck there. I lose 2 pounds, gain 2 pounds. I fluctuate, like I used to fluctuate when I was 10 pounds lighter, 10 pounds lighter. But I'm always the same. So, and yes, so, but that's okay, because I feel strong, and I have a lot of muscle now, and I am so grateful for my body that allows me to do all these cool things that I do, like you know, running 100 miles, running on the Grand Canyon, from rim to rim to rim, running the Rocky Mountains, I mean the Pacific coastline. I have run everywhere. It's so amazing, and all that came from my desire of quitting smoking. So that takes me to today. After all these years, I learned so much about myself, about how the body works. I studied psychology. I became a natural health specialist. I became a personal trainer, a certified nutritionist, a massage therapist. I mean, so I have learned so much, and I believe that you know, everything I know is for me to use, but I don't want to keep it to myself only. I want to share it. I want to share it with people that are like me, on the quest to find the best version of themselves they could be. So that's my little story. I hope it's not too long, and if you have any questions, let me know. My journey of fitness hasn't been easy. I am not what you will consider I am not gifted in any way. I am not genetically gifted. My family, nobody exercises. They are overweight and they never exercise. I mean, I broke them all. So genetics is not on me. Culturally, I didn't get it either because I didn't grow up in a family of people that value sports at all. I mean, nothing. And you know, so it's hard. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of doing, a lot of persistence. But what I love the most about my fitness journey is that it's one of those things that whatever I put in, it's one of those things that I know it's a cliche, but it's so true. It's so true. Like, you get out what you put in. Fitness is something that it just doesn't happen by itself, and you don't get results just because. You have to work, and it's the game of consistency. It's the game of every day adding a little bit to your account of fitness. And so I hope my videos help you a little bit. I know it's very ambitious of me to say that, and I appreciate you watching my videos a lot. And so let me know, as I was saying, let me know if you have any questions, or like this video if you find it interesting and useful, so I know that you like it and I can make more videos. Sometimes talking to a camera, it's kind of lonely, so getting the feedback helps me a lot to keep me going. And yes, this is Fitmas day number 3. And tomorrow we are gonna be here again because we are gonna be making a video every day for 24 days until Christmas Eve. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all. You can do it. If you're watching this and you think that, oh, you know, I could never lose weight, I could never exercise, I don't have the body type, I smoke, I drink, I do drugs, there is always a way. If I found a way out of where my life was supposed to go, everybody can. I'm not special at all. I am a regular Jane. I am like everybody else. So that's a long life story in like 10-15 minutes. So I hope it wasn't too boring, and if you're still there, thank you for watching. Maybe you're sleeping. Wake up. So I'm gonna go ahead and play with the doggy. Hey, Lolita. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.